Hello everyone, hope all is well and welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to be recreating a professional makeup artist look. I asked you guys on Instagram if you could send me your favorite looks done by other professional makeup artists on Instagram, and boy did you guys ever deliver. Now I have this amazing folder of all these beautiful and inspirational looks that are so different compared to mine. But the two that were most sent to me were both by LAKEY makeup, this one of Kim Kardashian and this really beautiful blue. They both kind of have the same shape to them. This one's just cool tones and this one is a bunch of different blues and greens. And then I did like a little poll between the two and this one won, so I'm going to be recreating this one today. I'm a little bit nervous. It looks very technical and different from what I usually do, but I'm up for the challenge. So I'm very excited for today's video. I think I'm going to learn a lot of new techniques, hopefully. And yeah, so before we get into it, I would love for you to subscribe if you aren't already. It would mean so much to me, and let's get to it. I'm going to be doing my hair afterwards today, so I'm going to be putting on this super cute headband that I just got from Huda Beauty. It came in PR with the Wishful enzyme scrub, and plus this headband will hide my extension beads. It'll be perfect. I look a little bit dumb, but that's okay. I'm so sad I burnt myself with my curling iron yesterday. I got so mad at myself. So I already have my sunscreen, my moisturizer, and everything down, but I'm going to be adding this Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer from Hello Fab. I feel like this will give us a very model skin look because it's very glowy and hydrating and all of that. I love this moisturizing primer because it just adds such a little glow. It has kind of like a sheen to it. It has some pearls in there that just really enhance the glow. For under my foundation, I'm just going to add a little bit of this color corrector from Charlotte Tilbury. I have the shade number 1. I'm just going to kind of attempt to cover this right here, and same with my lip front. So I have a new foundation that I've been testing out. I've only used it once before, and it is the Makeup Forever Reboot Foundation, and I have the shade Y244. And I'm going to be using my favorite Royal Langnickel complexion brush. I'm first starting off with one pump, and it has like a nice light to medium coverage, and so far I like it. I just want to test it out a little bit more. I only wore this once for probably about like 2 hours, and then I washed it off. I was just playing with makeup that day. I have really high hopes because it says it brightens, smooths, firms, hydrates, and evens out. So I think that just sounds absolutely stunning. And for the places I put that color corrector, I'm just gonna kind of tap my brush to keep that color corrector right where I put it instead of spreading it out and shearing it out. This foundation has a nice finish. It's a little bit glowier, kind of more like a satin finish. And then I'm just gonna take my sponge just to make it look even more natural. I'm gonna quickly conceal with a little bit of this Charlotte Tilbury Magic Way Liquid Concealer. This is in the shade number 3. I'm so torn with this concealer because it's so expensive and I'm running through it like crazy, but it's such a nice formula. I know these aren't the most sanitary applicators, but it just feels nice and it's kind of a fun application. For personal use, I don't think it's too bad, but like for clients and stuff, this is a definite no-no. And I'm gonna take a little bit in the center of my face just to kind of add a little bit more dimension. Like the model here seems that she has like a brighter chin and forehead. I kind of like how she doesn't add like a product breakdown, because it was really fun to really dive into my collection and try to find close products. I think that's always so fun to do instead of trying to use the exact same products that she did. Kind of makes me feel a little bit more creative. And now for brows, I really love the brow effect she's got going on. It looks like she just used like a soap brow technique. She's got a lot of brow, so I need to fill in a little bit of my sparse areas, but then I'm gonna go in with my Flower Beauty Bubble Brow. You can also use a clear soap if you'd like. I'm just gonna be using this because I need a little bit of a tint. My eyes are so irritated today because I put my contacts after I touched my cats, and I'm allergic to cats, so it's just very irritated. So if it looks like I'm high or anything, I'm not. I don't smoke weed. But for my pencil, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Brow MVP in the shade Soft Black. I don't really love the brush on the tip of it. I think it's dumb. I know she wanted to be a little bit innovative, but I really don't like it. But I really like the pencil formula. It's kind of similar to the ABH one, but a little less waxy, so it doesn't have a shine to it too much. and I'm going to be taking my Flower Beauty Bubble Brow. With this, I like to dip my spoolie. It did come with a spoolie in here, but it was way too small, and of course I lost it. So I just like to dip my spoolie into some water and kind of make like a paste. So this works exactly like soap brows. It just has more of a tint to it, so it helps me get a lot more volume like I like, because I have very thin brows. So what I do is I just really comb through each hair, coating them, and it's gonna feel a little bit liquidy on the get-go, but it sets very quickly. So you just want to run this through a little fast, and then you'll be able to really place and set where you want your brows to lay. I really like to put them all straight on top, and then I'll take the spoolie once it's kind of set, calm them down a bit, and just place them in more of a flattering shape for me. But taking them straight up and letting them set will get you the most volume possible. I am going to be cleaning up the bottom when I apply my eye primer, which I think I'm going to move on to eyes right now, just in case if I screw up anything, it's not a big deal. For my eye primer, I'm going to be using the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer in the shade 07C. This one's super pale, so the colorful eyeliners and shadows we're going to be adding are going to really stand out. Oh, by the way, please don't set your concealer if you're going to try to recreate this eye look, because I'm going to be using a bunch of cream eyeliners, and if you add powder to that, it's just going to be a disaster. Patchy disaster. I kind of feel like I don't know where to start. I think I'm going to start with the rim eyeliner, kind of build up from there, and it's like a dark navy blue. So I'm first going to be taking this Maybelline Tattoo Studio eyeliner in the shade Striking Navy. And she takes this all the way into the inner tear duct. So I don't have like an exact teal eyeliner like she has on the outer corner, so I'm going to take this one from Melt Cosmetics in Fortuna. It's a little bit more like forest green, but I thought because there's some like teal shadow on top of it, I feel like this underneath will really brighten that up and make that stand out. So I'm going to go in with this, with the Nabla liner and brows brush. She has a super tiny line, and it looks like it goes straight out from right here. So I'm just going to be brave and flick it out. Hers goes a little bit higher though. For this part, it's a little bit tricky to connect that angle. I'm going to be looking straight into my mirror and cutting it, kind of following right this angle here, and going to connect that to here. Oh no! I'm happy I didn't do my bronzer or anything. And this looks like it goes on top of the eyes as well. And then before it completely dries, I'm gonna hop into my Melt PRO-MUA'S palette and take this one right here, the teal. I'm taking my handy dandy Dose of Colors brush, and I'm just going to, ooh, is this the right color? And I'm just going to smoke this out. Everything can be cleaned up if I need to. I'm just going to take that shadow on the brush I created this whole thing with, just to smoothen that out. I feel like that looks already so much better. But now I'm going to take a very tiny brush. This is a Anastasia 3 brush. Is it clean? Yes, always check if it's clean. I'm going to take this Tarte Clay Pot Liner in the shade Mint, and I'm going to use this to clean this up. I need a tiny brush. This is the Sonia Kashuk one, just to kind of blend these edges. I wish I had a picture of her eyes looking down. While I'm here, I'm also going to add this to the inner portion under here and kind of blend those edges with this little Dose of Colors brush. I'm just going to take another little tiny angle brush, and I'm going to take a powder eyeshadow now. It looks like there's some green and teals in this look. I'm going to take this shade right here called Twitch from the Sugar Pill Fun Size palette, and it looks like this minty color is right here, And then it fades into a shade like Cheat Code from this palette. And I'm just going to fade that in with some of the Cheat Code shade. And this will just help soften everything and really pump up that vibrance. I think I'm doing pretty good right now. What do you guys think? So this shade right here looks kind of like a shimmery navy blue, has some glow to it. So I'm gonna take this Melt gel liner in the shade Santos, and I'm going to directly place that right under here. And then it looks like it fades into a lighter shimmery blue. So I'm gonna take this clay pot liner from Tarte. This is in the shade Blue Moon. And it's just right here, like the tiniest little amount, but it also has shimmer to it. So I'm gonna have to add maybe a shimmer shadow on top. And this blue is also right here. I'm gonna go in with the Mint clay pot liner again and kind of connect these areas right here. And just kind of bring that across, because this blue shade is super minimal. Oh my gosh, you guys should see my workspace right now. It is so messy. So I'm going to take a little bit more of it with this Fenty Precision brush, and it looks like it's right here. I think to add a little bit more shimmer on the lower lash line, I'm going to be using this shade from Urban Decay. This is so product heavy, I'm sorry you guys. Winterfell Snow from Urban Decay from the Game of Thrones collection. And it looks like it's like right here. So now finally, to connect all of this area right here with a liner, I'm gonna be taking the one I used in my waterline, but I'm going to be working with a brush. This is a Melt 96 liner brush, but this just allows me to have a little bit more control than just using the pencil. I usually love these ones, but this shade in particular feels a lot drier than the other ones. So I might just change something up a little bit and use this Cobalt from Melt, because this just blends so beautifully. Yeah, that is so much better. Nikki makeup, I have so much respect for you. How did you do this onto another human? I'm just gonna smudge the edges. Oh my gosh, I feel like I kind of nailed this a little bit. She kind of brought this teal shade a little bit more in here, just lightly diffused it. I think I'm going to take this one right here from the Radioactive palette from Melt. I feel like this one just looks a little bit more teal. This one is the one from the other palette I was using on the outer corner. I might have to add this shade to the outer corner. It's not reading teal enough, I feel. And to kind of set this area here, clean it up a bit, I'm going to be taking this Bone shade from Anastasia from the Sultry palette, the shade Fresh, on a Smith 253 brush. And then the last step is kind of connecting this line to the navy blue, so I'm going to take that gel liner again. I'm going to pat over that with the teal shadow shade just to keep it cohesive. I don't think I've ever done such a stressful eye look. Like, my butt cheeks are clenched. I don't understand how she makes doing makeup look so effortless on clients. Like, I don't understand. It just quickly peaked, and it looks like there's some of that shimmery shade right here as well. So I'm taking that Winterfell Snow and adding it right here as well. Hers is a lot softer, like mine right here is very sharp, but that's okay. I'm now gonna try to attempt this whole situation on this side, and I will be right back. Okay, so here are the eyes almost complete. I'm just missing my inner corner highlight, which is gonna smoothen out that crisp line with the blue. I am really, really excited with the results. But now let's move on to the rest of the face. For my highlighter, I'm going to be using the Magic Luminizer from RMS. This is such a great cream highlighter. It kind of reminds me of the Marc Jacobs Spotlight Glow Stick. Just a little bit more of like a dewier finish. And it's really easy to blend out. Here, I'm going to zoom you in so you can see a little bit better. I feel like this foundation, now that it's been on my face for a really long time, because it took me a long time to do my eyes, I'm not gonna lie, it makes my skin look dull and dry. I don't know about it. And now for my bronzer, I'm gonna be going in with the Lila B bronzer. I have the shade Be Sun Kissed. I really wish that they were a little bit more inclusive, because this is probably the best bronzer I've ever used in my life. I really wish that they would come out with a better shade range in like a majority of their products, because I think it's a little bit ridiculous. This bronzer is so stunning, and hopefully it will add a little bit more glow to my skin, because half of it is like a glowy bronzer and the other is matte, and both of them together just add so much dimension. The model's skin in this picture is just absolutely stunning and so warm, especially around her forehead. She does have like a really nice sharp natural cheekbone, which I'm going to sharpen this up afterwards after I apply this, but her forehead is extra bronze, so I'm just going to take that a little bit more near my actual brow and then just kind of halo it around. And it looks like she has some bronzer underneath of her nose like this, as well as on top slightly. I kind of wish that she did a tutorial on her stories with this look. I think that would have been so fun, just to like try to copy it my way with just looking at the picture, then watching the stories afterwards to see how she creates this whole look. I think that would be fun. Maybe I'll do something like this again. If you really like this video, let me know, because I would love to do this again. I feel like it's really fun and challenging. I might actually add a little bit more glow, because I kind of forgot how she highlights. She always highlights like right here. I might actually add that after blush. Her blush is like a nice gorgeous peach, which I'm really excited about that. So I'm going to be using the Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Beam. It looks like she really like hugs this area when you smile, like right here. So I'm just going to apply it there. And she brings it a little bit further back, kind of in a shape like that. So I'm just going to blend that out with my finger. I always take a clean finger when I'm doing the edges, just so that I don't disperse that blush everywhere. Just taking the edges and focusing my application right in the center, and then blending it with another finger. And it looks like she has the tiniest bit right here on her nose. Might just be the lighting. And then to clean up my line, I'm just going to take this brush from Artiste, and I'm just going to drag it down just to kind of pick up any of that excess blend. So I'm just going to take some of the Nabla Glass Glow Skin in the shade Amnesia, and it looks like she highlights right here kind of. For the lips, I don't really have an exact shade, because hers is like a creamy light peach. So I think I'm going to mix my own. I'm going to leave whatever's left on my hand of the cloud paint. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this ColourPop Oh Hi There, the blotted lip. And then I'm going to put a whole bunch of this creamy lip gloss from MAC. It's called Deco A Go-Go. So I have this mixture back here, and hopefully, oh yeah. Okay, it might be a little bit too coral actually. No, that actually looks perfect. No, I think that actually is gonna work. So I'm just gonna apply that with my finger. I really think I could do better for the lips. I'm gonna restart. I think I'm gonna try the M Cosmetics Lip Cloud in the shade Magic Hour with that gloss I used. I feel like this might have a better result. I don't know. Yeah, totally. Oh my gosh, that's way better. It's hard to tell because this looks so much darker than it pulls off on my lip. Okay, I'm so happy I changed that up. And here is the final look, all complete with my hair down. I think this turned out so fun. I cannot stop looking at the eyes. I really love the whole vibe. Let me know what you guys think of how I did, and let me know if you'd like to see more of these videos. I think this video was super fun and challenging. It made me nervous there for a bit, but I love how it turned out. But yeah, that is all from me today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. It would help me out so much. I'll make sure to list the million products I used in today's video in the description down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye.